got dreams that we gotta pursue. I mean, we all got dreams that we gotta believe in. I mean, we all got targets that we gotta achieve. So how can I rest when I got family to feed? I mean, with my intuition, I'll make wise decision. I'll navigate the chaos and avoid collision. Stick to the program and follow my vision. I'm just trying to keep it real. I got a legacy to build. Yo, I do it for my brothers, do it for my future son. We were just on block life, but look what we become.
Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy HUN Tizzy, and we're back again. It's the Golden Era UK Rap Podcast. Can I get a round of applause? Do you understand? We have to make sure that the energy is always correct. You understand? Big up everyone at home. Like, subscribe, and all of them things. They're algorithm-ish. You know what to do. Yeah. Last time, I think we probably clapped after all of the sponsors. We're not going to do that this week. We're just going to say the sponsors and the people them that needs to be bigged up. We give them a little. You get me? So we can get into what it is what we need to do. So firstly, I want to big up Wagwan. You get me? Big up Lex Stars. Yeah, that's that cognac right there. We might get into that a little bit later. Big up Chancey TAW. Yeah, that's the cameraman right there. Big up Stashbox. No invite. Okay. Consume London. Yeah. All right. Cool. This is the golden era, and it's only correct that we get the correct people from that lineage of time that has created the bricks, the foundational bricks for what happens now. Do you understand? And like, I've been doing this for a good couple years now, and I've been on a mad quest. I've interviewed some of the greats, some of the sickest, some of the, you know, like the proper people. Do you understand? And like, I feel like today I'm sitting next to someone that is like legendary status. In this thing of the golden era, them times there, this is a legendary moment. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't want to waffle on, do you understand? But I want to like big a man up, you understand? This is one of the first people I remember back in the days on taking their music to another settings and trying to conquer over there, while we just sat here like, rah, is this what a man's doing? Do you understand what I'm saying?
That was possible and stuff.
Do you understand? This was a man that was like, when most people was rapping about certain things, when you really listened, this man was giving messages in different frequencies. It's just if you was really on receiving it at the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me not keep going on. Without further ado, let me introduce yourself.
Respect my brother, Cerose, Brixton.
Come on, in the building.
We're in the building, fam.
Come on, fam.
Manners.
Respect, cuz.
Respect for that introduction.
No, man, it's the proper. Any other introduction is just like, it's fraudulent. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I wanted you to come here, so man, I have to big you up properly. Do you understand what I'm saying? And like, as a rapper to another rapper, I fully respected you then, and I respect you now for even, because we've never crossed paths. Do you understand? Even though I don't know if you've heard of me through them times, but obviously, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I want to get into a bit of your story and like, just break down your path. You understand what I'm saying, fam? All right. So, yeah, let's tell the people a little bit about yourself, like as in like where you're from, and like, yeah, let's start off with where you're from.
Yeah, so Brixton, South London, Loughborough Junction, formerly PDC, paid in full. Yeah, we're from the streets, man.
From the streets,
I
and
mean,
that.
bro.
So like, you see when you say PDC, like as in from like first original members.
Yeah, man.
See,
Pill Them Crew.
Pray
Days Change. Other acronyms, you know what I'm saying? Poverty-driven children. Yeah, man. The man them, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
And
to some it's a gang, to some it's a music movement, you know? To me, it's the man them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So how is this movement... Nah, actually, we're going to go to that. Cerose. Name meaning.
Okay, so before I did hip hop,
You did.
I did dancehall, I did reggae.
And your name was?
Black Rhino. Yeah. My name was
Can't believe
Black
that, you
Rhino.
know.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Can't
man.
break that down for the
Before
people.
Portmore Empire and Cartel them had a Black Rhino in Jamaica, innit?
Yeah.
Before that youth there, I'm the original Black Rhino.
The original, all right.
Yeah. So the name Cerose now comes from rhinoceros.
Okay.
Yeah. When I
Yeah.
started to pre the hip hop thing and say, you know what, I'm gonna transition my thing to fully rap.
Yeah.
I wanted to change my name because everybody knew me as Black Rhino in the UK reggae scene. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, because we was quite popular still. I had
In
a
the
crew
scene
called-
already?
In the scene already.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a crew called Fright Night.
What year are we talking as well? Like, paint a
I was a
picture.
kid, fam. So we're talking like 98.
98,
Then-
okay.
Yeah, I put out my first single, 12-inch single, when I was 16 years old. Yeah, I
Okay.
was signed to a label called Yush Records.
Yush, okay, I've heard
in
about it.
Angeltown.
Was it SW9?
Yeah, a brother called Daddy Noddy. He used to be a radio DJ and a sound man. And he had a studio in Angeltown. Jaja owns the studio now. It's now Brixton Studios.
Okay.
But before it was Early B Studios. And Noddy used to have a thing. And all the artists, predominantly hip-hop artists, predominantly dancehall artists, UK dancehall, used to go there. Man like Top Cat and Tenor Fly and all them man
Okay,
used to be
yes,
around there as well.
yeah.
So Legends, we was around Legends
Yeah.
at the time. Little kids at the time, but always loved the music and was always in it and wanted to do it, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
bro? So yeah, Black Rhino, Fright Night, had man like Wolferton, Golden Melody, Lex Diamond, rest in peace, Troublesome, who had a little hit with Huckleberry. Huckle for them berry, the sweets for them cherry, hey, you know them tune there. They done a, what was it, a little garage thing with DJ Luck.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so-
I know it from the garage.
From the garage, yeah, because that's how we got his
Yeah,
little
yeah.
wave still
Yeah.
from the garage thing. But yeah, Troublesome was around us as well. And Friday night we was making waves still.
Okay.
We used to come to Dreams, is it Dreams?
What's this like?
Harsden, it's a nightclub.
Okay, a nightclub
Was
in
it
Harsden.
Dreams? Can't remember, but Sun Cycle them used to be there, Gappy
Okay,
and
yeah,
Redman
yeah,
and
yeah,
all them
yeah.
man there. Talking years and years
Yeah,
ago, bro,
this
you
is
know what I
old
mean?
school, yeah.
So that's how long we've been doing reggae music from
Yeah.
when Gappy them was doing the thing.
Wow.
And no one knew Gappy them time there. No one knew none of us. We were just doing it for the
on
love, you know what I
on
mean?
the come up these times and stuff. like
Yeah,
that.
and then transition from that to the hip hop thing still.
So what year is this when you transitioned, when you decided?
So it was around the 2000s and 2002.
Okay. So what's going on?
Around that time.
Like, what are you seeing? You know, like,
I was on
That's-
bail, yeah. I was on bail for a big case. I knew I was going away. And you see, I always listened to hip hop, yeah. But I was a dancehall artist. And at the time, you had English rappers, but most of them was rapping in an American accent.
yeah.
I think the only guys who weren't rapping in an American accent were, you know, Roots Maneuver.
Yeah.
Roots Maneuver. I used to rate Roots Maneuver.
Yeah.
Skinny Man was
Skinny
around
Man,
as well.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
man like that. But they're bigger man for me. You know what I mean? Man, they're my age. Everyone else was rapping with this American twang.
Yeah.
And I could never really get with that, you know? But the hip hop, the reggae that I was listening to at the time as well was like Scare Them, Bounty. Bounty Killer
Okay,
was my
yeah,
DJ,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And his crew Scare Them. And they would like mix the hip hop thing with the ragga thing.
Okay, so it's the influence.
The influence was there. You know what I mean? And I used to listen heavily to Biggie and Pac and DMX
Yeah,
at the time.
okay, yeah.
X was my nigga as well.
98.
You know what I'm saying?
He had them 2 albums.
Right.
Number 1.
Yeah, Stark and Hell is Hot and Flesh of My Flesh.
Yes.
Blood of My Blood.
Yes.
So, and even X, he's got this yard man kind of like DJing thing,
Yeah.
singing thing, but not singing and rapping, and
Yeah.
it's all kind of like
It's all
mix and
meshed.
blend. You
Yeah,
get-
it's a mix and blend.
Right.
You don't know what you're going to
So I ended up doing kind of the same thing. So I would sing at the time as well. I had a sound with Bucky Joe and Sky Juice and my brethren Nuts. It was called Black Hawk Sound. Yeah. So we used to go and cut little dub plates and these things. And I used to cut a lot of the dub plates, my dub plates, on hip hop beats. So I'm doing this. My style was just mad, bro, because I'm doing this.
What's the process of that, though? Making a dub plate, just for the people?
Yeah, so we used to have DAT tapes. Yeah.
Okay.
No DAT tape.
Yeah, I do, but you know,
yeah,
like, just
for the people at home. It's mad, because this is all foreign to them, innit?
Yeah.
So you'd have a thing called a DAT tape or a mini disc, it turned into after. You go studio, you'd lay down your bars, it'd be taped on the DAT tape, and then you'd go to a pressing place, and they would press from the DAT onto the dub, which is like a personalized vinyl, if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, on steel. So
How much did it cost in Denby to get like a...
to press a plate, I think it was about 60 quid, you know, bruv.
That's like
Yeah.
99, yeah?
Yeah, around that time.
99,
2000, 2002, 2000.
That's a big penny still.
Yeah,
One
man.
disc.
And you could put, I think you could put 4 tunes on a plate, because you got both sides, innit?
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I was doing the dub plates on hip hop beats, and I was doing this kind of like ragga singing and rapping in my English accent. It was just a mad fusion that no one else was doing. Like remember Fong Song, the Fong Song rhythm?
Yeah. I was Cisco on that, innit?
Yeah, I was cutting dubs on them kind of beats as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Missy Elliott beats and Timbaland beats, and it was just mad. No one else was really doing that.
Yeah.
Especially in the Ute man dancehall scene.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely,
Ute sounds clashing other Ute sounds and them things.
Rappers weren't doing that. I don't know about rappers
weren't
even doing that. Spending that much money, you know them ones?
Yeah,
like,
man.
I don't know. But
Yeah, man.
every genre I feel like had their way of doing things. So if you came from that cloth, you just had to learn it that way. Do you understand?
Definitely. And hip hop comes from that, innit? Hip hop comes from sound system culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kool Herc and them and their Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah.
All these guys. It was dancehall culture, because the founder of hip hop, of the breakbeat, kind of like bringing that into the parties, he's a Jamaican brother, innit?
Okay, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's a Jamaican brother still. So it's all part and parcel, even though we didn't know we was doing that at the time.
Yeah,
we were just having fun making music, you know what I mean? But as you grow and you learn the history of what you're in, it was like, rah, we was kind of doing that same thing in the UK that started in America maybe 15, 20 years before.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're always a little bit behind
the Americans and stuff, innit? Like, catch up after and stuff and that. Okay, so like, you said, I know you mentioned DMX and that, some of these people, and Bounty Killer, but who was your UK influences?
Who was my UK influences? It's a good question. Bro, I never really had any still, you know. Apart from my friends around me.
Yeah.
Like man like Wolfie, Wolferton, big up Wolferton.
Big him up.
Mantis, man like that. Apart from them man there, people who inspired me was people like Bounty Killer, Baby Sham.
Yeah.
You know, Pac, Biggie, X. It was people who was in the industry. We never really had, like there was no UK artist like that, bro.
Yeah.
For us to emulate. You know, like you start sounding like other people before you find your own style.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I know I used to pattern a lot of my thing off a Killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Bounty used to be like None of Mercy. I used to be like Horror Show. Them never know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, now.
Until I started to find my own thing.
Your own thing and stuff and that.
But it was definitely dancehall culture, because you know my background is Jamaican, and the hip hop culture. But even Biggie's people come from Jamaica.
Yeah.
X had a heavy Jamaican influence in his thing.
Hear it in his
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
With just the fusion and stuff and that, innit? Yeah, okay. You know what as well I wanted to ask you, cuz, see like school days. We normally find, obviously it's like giving a shout out to your school, yeah. But at the same time, we normally find out that this person also went to the school, and that person, and then you're looking back now and you're thinking like, "Raw, this school was actually a talented school, even though there was certain man that might have done that." Or you understand what I'm saying? There's artists, there's footballers, there's actors that have come from this. So like,
word.
yeah, let them know what school.
I went to Dunraven, and that's in Streatham.
Streatham, okay.
And the only, I mean, Ira went to Dunraven for a little bit, but that was it. I can't really think of.
Can't think of no one from
any footballers, any artists.
They might have gone on to do
any
some
actors. Yeah. My school weren't really like that still.
It's just you, cuzzy.
Yeah.
Let me hit them. This is for the people at home now. This is a who said. Yeah. Obviously, I normally do them at the beginning, but where we was just flowing, it drops where it's meant to drop, you get me? So this is for the people, it's natural, cuz. So for the people at home, obviously it's a hunt flow, it's not how the person said it, so please forgive me, you get me? But like, ain't nobody cutting corners in my circle. Patience is a virtue till you stumble at the hurdle. Trying to catch a worm instead of waiting for a bird call. Nothing lasts forever, but the struggle feels eternal. Who said that bar? Leave some comments in the, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Leave some comments below. All right, cuz, your first recorded, you see, your first rap track recorded. Obviously, you're making the dubs, but now, do you understand what I'm saying, innit? It wasn't on dubs, was it?
My first rap track recorded. I don't even know what that was, bro. I made a mixtape called, like my first mixtape was called Number One Contender.
What year was that?
Oh, fam. What year was that?
Golden Era exclusive.
It was maybe about 2003.
Okay.
Because 2003, from the beginning of that year till up until about September, that's when I was just on a rampage. That's when I met Lord of the Mics or Lord of the Decks.
Yeah.
Whichever one it is. And it's like, I was doing stuff with Blue.
Big Bad Blue.
Big up Big Bad Blue.
Come on, Dexter.
Big up Carter's Cartel.
Yeah, how did that work? How did you know what I mean? Are you PDC these times as well?
Yeah, man. Blue's from the ends, bro.
Yeah.
Blue's like Mandem.
He's a
you know
glue,
what I mean?
innit?
Yeah. Carter, who was like the boss for Industreets Entertainment.
Shout them out too.
Yeah, man. Carter's like big bro. Carter's like big homie.
Yeah.
Like, you won't know what Carter looks like. He just gets stuff done. You know what I'm saying? But Carter's responsible for a lot of stuff. And so doing a lot of filming and recording with Blue and them in Auntie Tracy's garden in the Blue House, which was like a little shed in Auntie Tracy's garden. Rest in peace, Auntie Tracy, Blue's auntie. We used to do a lot of stuff in there, on the roads, filming on the sidewalk, just doing this thing guerrilla style, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then it just gained traction where all these other DVDs was popping up at the same time. Yeah. Like we were speaking about the DVDs earlier. Yeah. Mykal Million was always about as well. Yeah. Shout out to Mykal Million, Road World Entertainment, and Scorpion, and
so these guys, obviously. See, to the world, that the people that we're talking to, you see these names, they're just the heaviest, legendariest
These
names.
are pillars in UK hip-hop.
Exactly.
The people we're talking about here.
We're talking, you see, like, they're just mandem.
They're just
effectively
mandem,
what you're saying. They're just mandem.
Yeah.
But do we even know that they're the wickedest thing? Do you understand what I'm saying? We don't know that they're going so much greatness is in, you know what I'm saying, innit? Like,
yeah. I mean,
did you know at the time?
I think we knew, but we didn't know.
You didn't.
That makes
you know what I'm
sense.
saying? You're just doing your thing and stuff.
But we didn't know, because we knew we had talent. We knew what we was doing was big stuff. But if you would have told me now, Stormzy, like people like that would be a multi-millionaire,
you would never have believed it.
Never believed it would have went to that level, even though we had those aspirations. Do you know what I mean? But even driving here, I see McDonald's, the Stormzy meal or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
like, yeah.
I just chuckled to myself. I said, "Look at that!
Look at
Do
that!
you know what I mean? It's how far this thing has come." But yeah, man, all these guys are pillars within the UK hip hop scene. You know, Mykal Million, Big Bad Blue. You know, even some of the guys we mentioned earlier, Roots Maneuver, Skinny Man. I see Skinny Man the other day saying, "I'm 50, I didn't think I'd live to be 50.
Yeah.
And I was laughing, I was like, yes, Skinny. Even driving here, I remember coming up here, going through Highbury and Islington, I think it was. And I remember coming up here, because I don't really leave the hood that much, you get me?
Yeah.
But I remember coming up here to link Skinny Man, you get me? I was like, well, the last time I come up here, I come
came
to
this, it's the same way.
You get me, bro? So it's just funny that we're having this conversation and mentioning certain names. But Rodney P, that's another one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Scheme,
Logic,
Scheme, and all these people.
You know what I mean?
Big
these
P.
guys are pillars in the thing, and some men are still going.
That's what I'm saying.
I see Logic spitting on what's that DJ who goes around with his decks everywhere, man. DJ
AG,
yeah,
big him up as well.
Yeah, man, big up AG. Yeah. He's like the new SBTV or the new,
just the new format.
It's the new platform of getting on now.
But you know what I mean? It's like way easier to get on.
Way easier.
Obviously, rest in peace, Jamal and all that. But they would have been aligned at some point. You see,
definitely, bro.
AG's thing, I think you just go and line up.
Yeah.
Just wait there, but you're gonna get on.
You can
that
get
day.
on.
You can definitely get on with your dream and that,
man.
You know
and what I like about him, he's bringing back enough old school, man. Like I see.
That's what I'm saying.
Wayne Marshall on there singing.
Bare people come with their.
It's like raw. You forget about certain man like raw.
Yeah.
The VIP experience. That VIP experience where every week they bring like another garage guy in.
You see what I mean, fam?
Bring back bare old school artists like Artful Dodger.
And all of that, innit?
All that. Just mad,
Yeah, he's in yard right now. I see him
on the aeroplane. I see him doing one on the aeroplane and all that. He's gone clear.
He's doing things, man.
But he's for the people, so
definitely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Big up DJ AG.
Minimum. Anyone can go on.
Yeah, no matter how little.
It doesn't matter if you don't like him. He doesn't like it personally.
Giving you a shine. Yeah, man.
Giving you tips, saying do this before you come on.
Yeah.
He's seeing how people are working and saying change it, try and bring a dancer, do this, like bare tips, bare gems.
Yeah, man.
Like Jamal would do as well.
Yeah, bro.
Exactly. It's the new format.
In the same place, like you're not changing, just making it a bit more easier.
Yeah. And he's accessible.
Yeah.
You can just go and find him. He's there.
If you had that in yours, I know you'll be
in our day.
You'll be there every week.
You know that, innit?
In our day.
Everyone just chilling.
Lord help us. Imagine.
We couldn't do that these days. No, we could because we behave, but they wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, no Trident would have been there trying to shut it down and Nick Man and
that's what
all kind of things. You get me?
Definitely, cuz.
But yeah.
But you see, PDC. Like, I felt like, you're definitely PDC because it's been bang bang. You know them ones. All of the sayings are being said. But I felt like you was also like a solo artist.
Yeah,
like
100%.
you was always like doing
100%.
your kind of project, but you would be there for the collective stuff as well. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, fam. So, what was it like? What would a PDC session be like? Like a studio session? Like, imagine that.
Yeah, it'll be nuts, fam. It'll be like...
Who's there as well? Like
30 man in the room.
30 man in the... Oh,
it's all cloudy, the thick with smoke. Man's drinking, pizza's about, man's eating. You know what I mean? Some man's writing, some man's just...
Like, who's on it? Like,
some man's in the booth, some man's outside. I mean, everyone's on it because everyone's hungry.
Everyone's got bars now.
Everyone's hungry. Ranks, big up Ranks.
Big up Ranks as well.
Brother Ranks, you know what I mean? Top producer.
So Ranks is in the building as well?
Ranks is in the building. So we had...
I thought that was your solo DJ. I thought that was...
Ranks was my nigga still.
Like, that was the combo. I even want to talk about that after. So Ranks is in the okay.
Ranks is in the building. Ranks wasn't PDC.
But he's there. Like.
But Ranks everyone is on Ranks' beats. So at the time, it's like Ranks was the only guy making these beats that have this like American sound.
How to Sample.
How to Sample.
That CD. That the CD. How
That's
to
the
Sample.
CD with me and Ranks. How to Sample, and then we did Murder Blues after that. which was all Ranks beats as well.
Okay, so you see that How to Sample, yeah? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one where you're on all the tracks, but it's you and like it's like an all-star. It's you, like you Show Me the Way. You and Shaq. Madness, okay? Then it's you, DVS, Temp Man. And who else?
You all reminded me of
on some
tunes.
mad track like PDC, Pray, Things, Change. You know, like are you listening?
Yeah.
Don't make me go crazy, cuz don't. Yeah, are you listening? What's Temp Man say? Are you listening? You wearing the type of clothes that I go fishing in.
Yeah.
Aye.
Guns, blow, shots, back, bullets whistling.
Yeah, diamonds glistening. Hey, tracks, so many mad tracks, but it's you and this person, you and that person. So that's why, you know, them ones that what made me think about like a studio session with all of these people, because half of them could actually be in a studio session, if that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But at the time, we had a studio that we was using in Lewisham, and the studio was Ranks's uncle and Ranks's uncle's brethren's place, so we didn't have to pay for studio time.
Okay.
We just had access to the building.
Okay.
And it's like you'd have a room like this, and you'd have another room, and then there's like a little like hallway out there. So there'd be a bagger man in this room, a bagger man in that room. One room the voicing's going on, you know, man's listening, man's trying to get on the tune, or man might be in the other room listening to another beat, writing for another, because we've got unlimited time, so we're there.
So was it like, who would be trying to organise things? Is Jaja organising things?
No, it'll be me organising.
Organise things. Yeah. Because I feel like you got CDs done, you got mixtapes done, but was other people, you see that other rappers, was other projects going on at the same time? Or was it just like, you know, like I know about studio at Westies, we're all jumping on the track. Do you get what I'm saying? It just so happens that we did 4 tracks, so you took one, I took, you understand? And then we all built our mixtapes off of the, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like, go on.
So how that was going, I had my little thing separately to what, so Jaja had his thing in Brixton.
Okay.
Where he had the PDC studios. Yeah. And them man, they will be doing their thing there. Anything we hear like How to Sample, Murder Blues or whatever, Ranks Productions.
Yeah, okay.
That would be me organising that.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Not saying that Ranks wasn't giving other people beats, because Ranks was giving the man them beats.
But you just, your work rate is...
But we was just trying to get on, bro. That's all we was doing, was trying to make music. We just lived to make music, bro. If man weren't doing street stuff, man was in the studio making music. Yeah. You know? And whoever I want to feature on my thing, I'll just holler at them and say, yo, studio, what, you rolling?
Because you've got the studio, innit? You've got the
man
access,
will come and roll through. Ranks has got hundreds of beats.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Ranks will go in. There was a second-hand record shop down the road from the studio. Ranks used to go to the record shop.
Okay, that's where he's getting the samples from,
yes,
isn't it?
Bro. You get me?
Certified hits from the 70s.
Yeah, bro. Proper, like, real way. You know what I mean? Yeah. Get the record back to the studio, put on a record player, boom, boom, sample
Got the record player.
Got the record player, bro.
Okay.
Get me? Sample it into the MPC. Is it MPC?
Yeah, something. You know, so I know what you're talking about. It's got the colours.
Yeah.
It's like, you can make the beats on it. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think it's called the MPC.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, MPC player. So yeah, that was the process, fam.
I asked the question why you were at PDC, just because I was waiting for this bit. So I always believed, I'm in a different new gen, but I always thought that every rapper in PDC was a Muslim, but you're a Christian, innit? You're a Christian rapper. That's what you did most recently. Is that over time, or was you a Christian at PDC?
I wasn't.
Sorry if that's a bit, but it's just, I'm Muslim, so it's like, man. Yeah, I always thought it was a proper all four Muslims.
Yeah, no, you don't have to apologise, bro. So there was a time, around that time, so around the 2002, 2003, where enough of the man them was turning Muslim, was taking Shahada, and who didn't take Shahada and become Muslim, it's like we was Muslim anyway. It's like we identified with Islam and the lingua, you know, Aki, you know, all of that,
all
you
of
know
the
what I
stuff,
mean? So a lot of people would even put in the raps, you know what I mean, like Inshallah, Aki and Rare and Raw, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
So, and even now, it's part and parcel. I mean, I don't know about these neck of the woods, but South London
very strong
culture,
Muslim.
you got and who ain't Muslim, even the twang.
You
still kind of pick it up. You still probably got to pick it up even if you're not Muslim.
So I guess that's why a lot of people might have thought that I was Muslim. And then my friends was Muslim. You know what I mean? I got family members who are Muslim. You know, man always had a beard. Before I had locks, I might have had low hair, but I always had a beard. You get me? So
as well. That was the gangster.
The piano man.
Piano man, isn't it?
Yeah.
Piano man. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
One black glove.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the album was. It Rose had a rose on it or something. Like we were wearing a shoot. A lot of the stuff.
I know it's Piano Man's on that song.
So I'll come back to me.
Yeah, because I'm saying there's so many different sides to Cerose. Because, like, I can remember like an aggressive. One thing I always used to notice about you, you was always going against like the establishment, you know, like the government, the message was always against. It wasn't against. Well, there was some bars like it was robbery and stuff, you know, like and so there is that kind of lifestyle, but it was more about the police, the government.
My thing was political.
Political, yes.
It made felt like a transformation. Like you would talk the road stuff, but it was more like more spiritual. When you're going, nah, man, I could have done. Yeah, man, it's just it's a gentleman but a gangster. Gangster but a gentleman. Very distinctive with your voice. That's how you know you're British type, like telling man in a British way, like it was
in a British way. It's very British.
I'm gonna come for you. There's nothing white for that. So we weren't white free zone in.
No, come on, we've got to go. You know what I'm saying? We're going to a time when it was like their wise.
Yes, fam. Yes, fam.
It's not like a silent, scary. It's even some of your songs were very horror, scary. I'm coming to get you, and I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna twist your neck up, in a gentle way. Like you have to. Yeah, man, creepy. Still, you go out in a scary.
It's the reptilians. What's it called? Yeah, they make they make billions of this in this place of, you know, like something of mine. What's called prostitutes make billions or something like that. I'll never let these reptilians win. You know, like it was always like
the album name.
You know some stuff we don't know.
Biblically, lyrically offensive, like. What's it called, man? I'm gonna get it. Sorry, I'll go back and check.
Yeah, man. Check the archive.
That's what I'm saying, cuz like man was in tune with it, but I remember at the time sometimes, cause man's so caught up in my environment, that message it's like it almost hurts. You know, sometimes like the truth or having to think about stuff. Sometimes like it's too much. Like it feels like it's too much. So you just run away from them stuff. You know, like you're enlightening.
Yes, it's not for everybody, or it might not be for everybody at that time.
See, when I'm going back and listening to it, I'm thinking, wow, but my man was saying bare things though. Like, but on some like stuff that I'm like thinking about, like not like I haven't, like I'm just thinking about it now. I've been thinking about it, but do you understand what I'm saying? It's like no, but you was unlocking it and packaging it for us to take in. Then it's just, was we ready for the message then?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Fully, facts.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been a conscious youth in it. I come from a Christian family in it, and my pops, God rest his soul, was a revolutionary man. He was a preacher, and he was a revolutionary preacher. He weren't a normal guy, you know what I mean? And I know that I take a lot of my fire, even back then, from him.
Like,
and he had leadership skills. He was a leader in the community. You know, he used to do stuff for the youth. So he used to put on like play centres and evening classes for kids who were struggling at school and drive around in a minibus and pick them up. It's like a pillar in the community. You know what I mean? And I saw myself coming up, like during the time we're talking about, as, I don't know, maybe a mixture between him, some road stuff, and like a Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
a,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I just felt that
That was you. That's your.
that vibe of myself, and maybe thought that that's where my path was going.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Although, I mean, and I guess, I mean, it's come to fruition. Maybe not in a way that I would have thought it was going to, but I guess it's come to fruition because of what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But, you know, we all have to make the mistakes we make to learn.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why it's important to have options. So, because look, you said you was a mixture of the road stuff, your dad. You took a piece of all of the options. Because you see, when we get sent out into the streets, well, not sent out, but we're like, our parents can't govern us. When you're coming up at certain ages. So you go outside and everything that they've tried to teach you and mold you in the house, now you go out into the big dark world.
Yeah, you got to work it out now.
Work it out now, but more time you go out and you just get influenced by the darkness. Do you understand?
Fully.
So if you can still say that I still had a bit of my dad's influence, it's probably what has saved you. Do you understand?
Fully.
To get you to be here now.
Yeah, man.
Continuing like what you've always seen. It's just natural. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Fully, bro. And I would co-sign that, because even doing the most reckless of stuff that I used to do, there's some stuff that I would never do. Like, I never bun Kuba. I never took heroin.
Yeah.
Like, there's just stuff that I knew I was never gonna do. Yeah, man might have robbed things, man might have sold drugs, man might have, you know what I mean, done bad things.
Yeah.
But I still had a level of morality that I knew I was never going to cross.
Don't go too far.
I'd never rape a girl.
Yeah, don't
like,
go
there's just
too
things
far
that,
into darkness.
Do you know what I mean, bro? There's just some stuff that I know that I would never do, and I believe that it's from that place where we're talking about, you know, that level of morality that my parents and even the generation before, my grandparents, have instilled into me, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of us can say that, especially our generation. You know what I mean? If it might not be our parents, because everyone didn't grow up with their pops, because some people didn't grow up with their mum.
Their
you know
grandparents
what I mean? But granny or granddad or
even when they had their parents, their grandparents was still their pillar of the family, so you still answered to them more than your mum even.
You see it.
My nan and granddad could override
anything,
any decision.
Like, Granny's word is law.
Any grounding, it's broken if my nan says. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Facts.
You know what I mean, fam? But yeah, cuz sick, man. Bare information. Because you know what as well? This is the next one. You listening? The Ad-lib. I have my theory of
you know where
it's
that come from, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
But
that come from Feltham, Ruben. That come from Feltham, man.
No glamorizing thing, but you see, when, like, I remember it at the time, but when I was coming up with these questions, I thought, you're listening. And I thought, you know what, though? I knew it at the time. That's at the window. Trying to make sure people are listening.
Oh, in that wing! You're listening!
You're listening. You know what I mean? And then I thought, so when was this? I was thinking, because I've been to jail like a few times, but it made me realise, hold on, this is some 1990, like, you know, like this was
99.
a 99 experience for me to hear. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like,
So, just being around that time, you come out and you end
still
up
saying it.
You still got the lingo. You know, I remember my big mother saying, "Why do you keep saying you're listening?" Right? And I was trying to stop it, fam. Obviously, it stops within time, but I just ended up incorporating into the music, and it became like one of my trademarks.
It's like catchy, mad catchy, and I think everyone knows. Do you understand?
Yeah,
like,
no
like
Cerose before you're listening.
It's like
on
top of like Cerose, like how you would. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's certain attributes that you would, but that one there was massive. Do you understand what I'm saying? But it's just like I thought. I know where that came from, but it would be interesting to.
Yeah, man, that's where that
your
comes from.
take.
And as an artist, because you know, as a dancehall artist, I had, like I said, I had Horror Show, them never know when. So I had my little, you know, I worked out what an artist needed to have in his toolbox. You know what I mean? And around the same time, Ranks was the only person who had a signature on his beat, Ranks Productions.
Yeah.
Never rat on your friends and always keep your mouth shut. And it was after that I started to hear other UK producers. Now, I don't know if Ranks started that
tag thing.
but I know for a fact he was one of the first guys to do that, fam.
Yeah.
So big up Ranks again, you know what I mean? Because even in that time, we pioneered a lot of stuff, you know, that maybe only man like you and a handful of other man them who was around then, who are still around now. Enough man mad out, enough man coke out, enough man dead, enough man in jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a handful of us who are still moving now who recognise that, you know what I mean, fam?
There's a legion of people that were like, because remember, I see sometimes music is listened to by the young, like our crowd was usually our age, but a lot of it was younger.
Yeah, man.
Because their brothers might have listened to the music, and then by force they was just in the yard hearing it, and then they started liking it. Some of the conversations I have with, like, I'm in my 40s, so some of the conversations I'm having with like 28-year-olds and 30-year-olds that are telling me, like, they know about this thing, but not just that they know about this thing, like, no, they was there. Not like they, do you understand what I'm saying? Like they have their own experience, and they documented it more than I've documented these questions for you.
Okay.
Like they could have a better, some of these guys that are watching could have a better conversation with you because they studied you specifically from that time onwards. They could tell you all of your bars and you know what I mean?
I hear that, man. I hear that. And even now, I still get man in my DMs.
Still.
Like younger man, maybe even man your son's age or older, you know what I mean? Who are discovering the music and digging up old YouTube videos and asking me questions. And like, I don't remember how to answer some of these questions, like some of the stuff they're asking, you know what I mean? But it just shows me the power of music. On one hand, it's encouraging, it's inspiring. And on another hand, I'm like, rah, man's listening to all that crud and certain negative energy that I was putting out at the time.
That you might not
want
it actually needs to be. Then they'll probably have to give me like a little change because they'll see.
Of course. Once you start hitting certain views, bro. You know what I mean? You can tell, man. Yo, you're gonna have to start running something now.
Some P's now, so I can sustain this or add things. Do you understand? Because I'm funding it off the strength that I want to do it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm getting love from people because of what I'm doing, because of the service that I'm providing.
Yeah, bro. It's like you're highlighting. You're highlighting big things in the culture.
Big things
that a lot of people don't know.
Oh, it's recording. You mad, man.
You know. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, we've got to make sure that things are out there because people are rewriting history, bro, and not telling history and stuff, and then it's like, it didn't happen like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you can see not a lot of people remember certain things because it's mad. I don't want to go off onto a mad one because I want to keep it about Cerose.
It's all good, bro.
It's mad, fam. All right, so check this now. Who said, this is for you? You know the story, it's the same as the olders before me, where the children of today still out for fame and out for glory. Take your chain, sell cocaine, it's that life that we're living, in and out of prison, with poverty driven. What song's that?
Bro, man. Man's put me on the spot.
That's what I'm saying, it's like, who said, innit? We know it's you, innit?
What song is that?
If you don't know, we'll leave it for the people at home.
I don't know.
We got him.
I don't know, bro. Yeah, you got me still.
Yeah, cuz. Mixtapes. Mixtapes albums. How many have you got? How many did you do in total? Do you remember them?
I think throughout that time I'd done about 10.
Do you remember the names? Are they available for people to?
Last time I checked, thatpiff.com had most of them.
Yeah.
So, number one contender, How to Sample, Murder Blues 2, Narcotic, Round Here,
Let me add one.
Go on.
The British are coming.
British are coming.
Come on, man. That's...
Yeah, that was more when we got to the States, but yeah, the British are coming. There's some more as well, you know, bro. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, what... Okay, well, it kind of segues into the next one anyway. Like, you went to the States, innit? You also went to Jamaica, if I'm not mistaken.
I did, yeah. Went to Jamaica twice.
Yeah, so what made you...
I went with Streets Incarcerated as well.
Okay, so but what gave you the drive to go and take this quest? And what year are we talking about as well?
Went to Jamaica, I think that was 2006, around then. I come out of jail 2005, and it's like I tried to pick up from where I left off, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Even though it was nuts, because it's like I went to jail and I didn't know the impact of the DVD thing. So I got to jail and man knew who I was.
From seeing
the DVDs.
Yeah.
And then that was bang up, closed conditions. And then by the time I got my DCAT and went to open prison, it's like everybody knew who I was, bro. And it was mad. And then when I come out of jail, remember, this is YouTube ain't really a thing at this time. It's just taking off. It's just taking off.
Yeah.
Nowhere near where it is now. So it's like I had this infamy, fame, infamy, whatever, through the DVD thing.
Yeah.
Like, and like I said, I think it was for about a year when I was on bail, when I first met Lord of the Decks, and then, you know, with the things that Blue was doing and the Sticky Business and the Icy Rolls and the Streets is Raw and Streets Incarcerated and all these other DVDs. I was on all of them, Industry Lockdown, Dark and Cold, and then I had this thing going on with Taz, who at the time was signed to Def Jam.
Yeah, he was one of the first people, innit?
Yeah, that's how I met Semtex and certain industry people, Jenny Francis, people like that. It's like my name kind of like just got around at that time, and it was just mad, fam, because like everybody just knew who I was. So I come out of jail now and wanted to kind of like
use the momentum.
Yeah, right word. Use the momentum and keep it going. So went to Jamaica now to film some music videos, because in Yard now we got a place to stay, we got people, we got things in Yard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I said to my brethren, Minor, big up Minor, who was Streets Incarcerated at the time, with Demas, Streets Incarcerated, Darky, because Streets Incarcerated had always supported me even before I went to jail. When I come out of jail and on a day release, they come to the jail with the cameras and filmed all of that and filmed the video with me and and all of that. So they tried to help the momentum keep going while I was in jail, you know what I mean? Storks, big up Storks as well, big Storks. And so yeah, I said, you know what, bam, let's go to Jamaica, you know what I mean? By then, I linked up with my brethren Dre and we formed our own label.
Okay, Dre London.
Entertainment. Formed London Entertainment.
He's just your friend. Where's he from? Like, is he from?
He's from the ends, from Bristol.
So I'm saying, so all of these, see Dre London, yeah? Who is he? Obviously, you know, like for the people at home. What else did he go on to do?
Just Google Dre Vision, Dre London. So he's Post Malone's manager. You know, he's got a drink out now. He's multi-millionaire. Like, so
this is just your brethren.
Big fish out there.
And you've linked him up and said, yeah, boom, we're gonna go Jamaica.
Yeah, them times there we're still on the road, doing road stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
He's with it as well. Let's go Jamaica.
Yeah, he's fully with it, you know what I mean? He saw the vision from early. So when I come out of jail, I was getting messages from man in the hood like, yo, Dre's looking for you, Dre wants to see you, boom, boom, boom. And then we start having the conversations about London Entertainment and yeah, bro, let's do a label and, you know, but UK weren't ready for us, you know? So that was part of the thinking of going to Jamaica, you know? Again, it's the links in Yard. And do you know what? It's when I think about it, Jamaica has a special connection with England. Even if you're thinking of, you know, Bob Marley coming to the UK,
Tottenham
to record.
Tottenham kit. And that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro. If you think about ska music, you just think about the connection between all of that. There's always been that kind of thing. So anyway, but Yard's just a comfortable place for us, innit? So it was in Yard. Streets Incarcerated come out. We filmed about 10 videos out there still.
Okay,
yeah, we just went nuts out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, use the place though, innit? You might as
Exactly,
well,
the
innit?
scenery, you know what I mean? We had a Land Rover we were driving, spinning rims and all that hype, you know what I mean? So it was all gassed, fam, you know what I mean? And then we ended up filming a short film out there still. It never saw the light of day still. Went through mad edits.
What was it called?
Did we even have a name? I don't think we had a name, fam.
Where is it? What camera is it on? Dre's?
No, Demas. Streets Incarcerated filmed it.
Tell them to release that, man.
Yeah, nah, I don't want them to release that. I don't want them to release that, bro. But yeah, we filmed a little film out there and just trying the ting, bruv.
Yeah, come on.
We're kids with cameras, a little bit of money, you know what I mean? Things to do. So yeah. So anyway, we ended up leaving Jamaica. All of this stuff. We put it was Channel U days, innit? So I think a couple of the videos ended up on Channel U. Some of them went on DVDs. But the technology was moving so fast.
So fast and stuff and that, yeah.
And we didn't see what was happening with the YouTube thing. We were stuck in the
DVD world.
Stuck in the DVD world, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't see where it was going. Anyway, long story short, England weren't ready for us. So then we decided, all right, well, let's go to the States, innit? I got family in the States, Dre's got family in the States.
What part?
Originally, we was in Queens, Long Island, New York. So when we first got there, we went to Long Island.
Yeah.
And then that changed to New York, and then that changed to New Jersey, when we found out New Jersey is just right next to Manhattan, the city. Like the London.
Yeah.
And in the part of New Jersey where we were staying, it's like there's bare rappers.
Because you got
there.
bare features, yeah. See, when you've gone there, yeah, so that's the plan. We're just gonna go, like, do you know these guys?
Nah, fam.
You're just going there with a dream, like, bam, like.
Dre's cousin was LP Sound. You heard of a sound system called LP?
Not too familiar, but.
Yeah, so big sound system in New York, but had big sound clashes with big Jamaican sounds and could hold their own. Had dub plates.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, the proper.
Had like they got Biggie on dub, fam. You know what I mean?
Safe.
Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying, bro? So so if we had any link to music in America, it was that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we didn't get any links that we had through that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
So yeah, we just got there and just started to flex, fam.
Because you got tuned, with Max B, French Montana, Bully, Ransom.
Yeah.
There's probably more, but that's the ones I remember. Like what's going on here? Like, you know them ones. And oh my gosh, see them tunes, they're all on British's coming.
G-Dep.
Yeah, they're all on that CD, innit?
Yeah,
but that
we've got Cutmaster C to host it.
Okay, so where have you ever heard that? Mykal Million and Cutmaster C. But Cutmaster C, Mykal Million, he's the host of The Greats from the UK, and anyone that was from around them times, you can't even get Mykal Million to host your thing for money. Forget your money. If you're whack or you're who's them guys, he's not hosting your shit. And we knew this. So anyone he hosted was the people that was actually telling the real stories. Do you get what I'm saying? Cutmaster C, there you go, man. Come on, man, he's heavy. So,
Mikey.
Cutmaster C used to do D Block. You know, like Welcome to D Block, and you know, like and
Jay-Z,
and on all of these people. So to have both of them,
their presidents and all of that,
to have both of them hosting your CDs, like that's crazy, fam. How did that CD do? How was it received in the States? I know it was over here we was, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember listening
at the
to it.
time, yeah, the American culture was struggling with the English accent, fam.
Okay.
Like, I think now they're just getting to, especially like, because they've embraced the UK drill rap.
Yeah.
Especially in Chicago. And even gigs now, it's like, because gigs went out there a couple of years ago, innit, and did a tour or something like that. So it's like now,
They're more.
I don't know, 10, 15 years later, what was that?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's like they're getting with it now. But at the time, again, we went out there and we was
Fresh.
before our time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going there with this
Now they
English
still
thing.
struggling. Now they even still struggle with like the UK, because if it's not drill, I don't think they really listen to like normal UK rap.
Well, have you heard that what's that comedian? Haven't you seen that meme? Not the meme, but his thing saying, "Nah, man, I don't like them.
Harry Spears.
Yeah, I don't like them English,
Yeah,
man."
Harry Spears.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that meme. Yeah, I think
He's
I've seen
talking
that.
about the what's he called? The Michael Dapper song. That's what he's talking about.
Oh,
when he's saying that, he goes, I don't like that skinny brother pop pop pop.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what this is what I mean by like Americans. Like when you say UK rap, right?
They're trying to
you
rub
think
it
of
out.
Michael Dapper.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
seen.
they just
Or
take-
Central C. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
now,
yeah.
now
Yeah,
they'll
yeah,
take
Like,
Central C.
C is like, I reckon it's.
There's a better representation
you know,
of music.
yeah.
innit?
Yeah, definitely.
That was a parody that he was doing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know
That
what
was
I mean? He's not
a
even
joke.
taking it.
Central C's top man's not hot yet, is it?
I don't think
Probably
so.
hasn't.
Like, now,
That's
we're
why
talking
they've
about
got him as the,
artists, yeah.
as like. That's why some of them think.
Man's not the biggest.
Yeah, because that thing just went crazy.
It went
That
crazy,
Dapper thing
yeah,
went crazy.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
done his thing and that, but like it was a parody.
Yeah, it was a parody.
You know what I mean?
It
innit?
was a
It's
joke.
just.
Records.
Yeah.
I don't suppose he can say, "I don't make my music, don't make it big." You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Innit? Like he has to just.
That's
let
what
do,
bust him, innit?
Yeah.
That's what bust him.
It's the
Yeah.
Just take. Innit?
Yeah.
You have no control in it, so he's done what he's meant to do, innit? But I'm just
Exactly.
saying they're trying to think that that's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And trying to
And
bust
before
jokes.
that, their idea of UK rap was like Eurogang.
Okay, yeah.
But Eurogang was rapping in American accents. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So although man's from the UK, it's something that they can, it's like they can get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even the words they was
they
using,
know the lingo.
it was the right words.
The right words for them
you know what
to
I mean?
like translate. Even though it's like in they've got an English voice, but it's Americanized. if you know what I'm saying.
Fully
It's definitely-
English voice, but it's American twang to it. Yeah. So
they can more adapt to that.
Right.
And the format of how they used to rap was punchline. You know, like set up punchline.
Yes.
So that was the form. You know, like that's how.
Man used to do that.
Yeah.
Back in the days, a lot of man used to like. It was that American accent, because from where man used to listen to a lot of American music.
Yeah.
So when you're a rapper, automatically.
Well, remember, you're learning people's lyrics. You're not just listening. You're learning the lyrics and rapping the lyric. So if you put on like Biggie, you know, like an Bone Thugs or something, I'm gonna rap it, but I can't rap it in the English voice.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta
gonna
rap it in
like,
American.
Armed and dangerous.
Yeah,
ain't too
yeah,
many.
yeah.
I'm gonna rap it like, and when I'm listening to myself, it's like raw. I'm going, I'm going crazy. You know what I mean? Like I don't even sound like the Americans would laugh at me if they heard me like rapping like this. You know what I mean, fam?
Facts.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I don't think they was ready for that at the time. Even though we was making big songs, big collabs, big rhythms, because we was a lot of those rhythms was Harry Fraud.
Okay.
So yeah, we found Harry Fraud, and yeah, I mean. But you learn as you go through the process. Everything's a process, innit?
Yeah.
And it's never a waste if you take the learning opportunity from it, you know what I mean?
No, of course, definitely, man. That's the whole purpose and process of life. That's the only way you're gonna progress. You make mistakes, but you remember the mistake from last time and better it
You
next
don't do
time.
it
You might
again.
even make a next mistake on the next. But still,
But not the same mistake.
Not the same mistake. You pass that hurdle until you finally complete the whole thing, and that's the story of life.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the story of life, man.
Yeah, fam.
Like the Lion King.
The same, you know what I mean? Cause,
Know what I mean?
All right, let me see what else, 'cause just in case I missed out anything here. What's your most known track?
You'd have to ask them.
What's
I have
the,
no
you know,
idea.
like, Is there
I have no
anything?
idea.
What would you say like your most known track is good? You know what I mean? Or your favourite track, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can even dice it like that.
Bro, this is gonna sound weird, you know. All right then, maybe Pain and Fortune with me and DV.
Okay.
You know that tune?
I think so. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do know because I've put it up on the page.
Thank you, Lord, for my soul, more precious than gold, and rest assured that it will never be sold. I never bow to the pagan. I remember the bars, but I think that is.
Why though? Why? Give it, you know.
I think making it was almost a spiritual experience for me. And the beat, the way Ranks made this beat, bro, it's like, I remember after we recorded the song, I remember listening to the song over and over again for hours. And I remember speaking to Morgan, Morgan Keys.
Yeah.
'Cause Morgan Keys did the video.
Yeah. Shout
Shout out to Morgan Keys. And he said the same thing, bro. He said, I don't know where he went, to Manchester or something on the train. He said, bro, I just had this song on repeat all the way.
Just been listening and yeah.
There's something about that tune.
What do you think? What is it? The lyrics, the beat? Sometimes the beat has.
I think it's a combination
of both. Of what you're talking about.
What we're the subject, the lyrics, the beat, just everything. Yeah. So yeah, I think that would be from that era. I think that would be my favourite song. You know, there's a couple on How to Sample as well, but I haven't listened to that kind of music, bro.
I know you're saying not what you're making now, innit? So,
and I'm not the kind of guy to sit down and listen to myself like that.
Because I over the last couple of days, I've gone back and relived like some. Like, oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So I've been on that process, but I'm realizing because your delivery was harsh realities. Don't get me wrong, but you was saying nothing wrong in terms of for your people. Yeah, man. So does that make sense, innit?
Fully, because it was just art imitating life, innit? And in some aspects, life imitating art. You know what I mean? Because we're a product of what we consume as well. Yeah. You know, and then that manifests in our behaviour.
But other people wasn't saying that message you were saying. They're saying death. Do you get what I'm saying? They're selling death. You weren't selling death.
No.
You said I used to sell X, Y, and Z. Okay, you can put that in the class of, but you also saying the police are oppressing us. You're saying, do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Go and get a job. You wasn't.
Yeah, and I think my thing was coming from justice. Even when I'm speaking of death or bang bang, and I think it was still coming from a place of justice. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
it weren't like I just want to kill this nigger.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Some other people were rapping. That's when you listen back to what they were saying. They weren't saying nothing but like bravado. If that makes sense. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, and that's not to say that it was right, but that was the frame of mind
that everyone was in. Well, most people was in.
Right. You know, and my perspective on my world at the time. You know.
Most definitely. Nah, because I always knew that you had like a different message. You know what I mean? All right, so cuz, what would your top 5 all-time South London artists? All time, so that's, you know what I mean? But UK, time. South London, obviously UK, I'm going crazy, but you know what I mean? South London.
Top 5 South London artists of all.
Yeah, because we might unlock some names. You know them ones. Someone might be sitting there thinking, "Well, I didn't know Cerose was." Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't have to have an order.
Yeah, I gotta have my nigga Wolferton in there still.
Okay.
People might not even. A lot of people don't know who he is, and he's not a guy that you're gonna be able to go on YouTube and find.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But as far as for me and inspiration, yeah, he's definitely up there. See, this is mad, bro, because I really got to dig in the crates now, and I'm thinking like, raw. At that time, yeah? We're talking about at that
It
time.
was all time, so it could even be someone now. But it depends if you're, you know them ones. I would normally try and keep it in that kind of era.
Yeah, because that's the era we're talking
That's- yeah.
about, innit? I mean, Temp Man's got to be in there still.
Come on. Ga 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 ga. Ow!
Yeah, Temp Man's got to be in there. Yeah, I got to say DV in my top 5
Yeah. Wolverton, DV, Temps, 2 more.
at that time.
It's them ones, innit? You got to process,
Got a process, bro. I'm trying to. You get me?
decipher a couple lyrics and.
Yeah. I mean, my
It's not
young
easy.
boy Trips at the time.
Okay, yeah. He was on a lot of the stuff as well. A lot of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tapes
yeah.
review and stuff.
I gotta put Trippy in there. How much is that for?
Yeah, that's 4.
Yeah. And you know what? Golden Melody.
Who's that?
Yeah, Melody is like another one of my homies from Fright Night, from my ragga crew.
Okay.
But yeah, we're just talking about talent on another level. And again, these might not be guys that, I mean, yeah, you can look up Trips and you can look up DV and Temp Man.
But the other 2, Wolverton.
Yeah, Wolferton and Golden Melody, you're not gonna find them guys, but these are guys who are like Michael Jordan in the booth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and yeah. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting
Nah,
that
big up,
question
man.
there still.
Big them up, man. That's a top 5, you know what I'm saying? Cool. So this is the next segment that I want to start running. Yeah, I did it last week. I don't know. Did you know? Yeah. So this is like a question, like, you know, this just some history that I dug up and found out. I did some research in it. Did you know? Did you know that Shower Malik, Snap Capone, and Y2 were all in the Garage crew? But my question to you is, what was the name of that crew? Leave some comments below. Everyone's all looking like there's no answer. There's no, you know what I mean?
Man left a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
like
that's
the
for them.
EastEnders route, boy.
That's for them. Cause yeah. So, well, we were speaking about religion and stuff, yeah, and you've not recently, but you know, like the music that I see you making now is more. It's Christianity. It's like it's more. It's more gospel. It's always been positive. It's just been delivered in a harsh way.
Yeah.
But now it's. Do you understand what I'm saying, fam?
Yeah, now it's more intentional. Yeah. And, you know, so I've been following Christ now for about 9 years. So I'm a preacher.
Okay.
Yeah, I share the message of the gospel. You know, I go to church.
Yeah.
Get me? I'm married. I don't shop food no more. I'm not on the roads no more.
Reformed, yeah,
you
like,
get
yeah.
me? So yeah, man. Around 2016, in the middle of my America experience and running around and getting money and just doing things in the craziest way, I felt empty, bro. So man was making money, man was in LA, so we transitioned from Long Island to New York to New Jersey, went to Miami and places, and ended up in LA, stationary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, having fun, all of that. But spiritually, I felt empty. I felt bankrupt, and I needed to find out what is going on with me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I knew that it was a spiritual thing. And it was a quest that was going on. And there was a lot of things going on in the world at the time. You know what I mean? With ISIS and a lot of politically religious charged stuff was happening in the world. Yeah? And I needed to go on this journey to find out who God was, cuz.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because, like I said, my pops was a preacher.
Yeah.
So I've always believed that there is a God. I was
Most
never the
definitely.
kind of guy to say, there ain't no God. You get me? But who is God? The Akis are saying Allah's God and Muhammad's
Yeah.
the Prophet.
Yeah.
My Rasta family, them are saying Selassie's God.
Yeah. Let me find
The
that.
Chinese man saying Buddha's God.
Yeah.
I needed to know who God is, cuz. So I went on this journey, and it was a feeling that was overwhelming. It was overpowering. I had to literally put down everything I was doing and go on this quest, you know what I mean? So I started to look into different religions. I didn't just go back to the religion that I was brought up in.
Yeah,
I didn't do
went to
that.
go
Do
and
you know what I
find,
mean?
yeah.
Because I was of the persuasion at that time that there's only one God, yeah, and all these religions are just different ways to get to the same God.
Same source,
You get me? Yeah. But all these, it all contradicts each other. So it can't all lead to the same place. You get me, fam? So I went on this huge journey. I looked into all these different religions, and I kept coming back to the Bible. Yeah, and I saw how enough of these religions borrow from the Bible. Yeah, and who don't borrow from the Bible was bigging up Jesus. Like Buddha was bigging up Jesus.
Okay.
Islam bigs up Jesus.
In the part of.
The Rasta then big up Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus don't big up no one. Jesus said, I am the way. There ain't no other way apart from me. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, right, how come he's making his thing exclusive? But yeah, everyone else is showing him reverence. Everyone else has got something good to say about him. They might not say he's the son of God, but they might say he's a master teacher, or he is
He's
one of
acknowledged.
God's prophets. Or do you know, he's acknowledged.
He's acknowledged.
And he don't acknowledge no one apart from his father. You get me?
Yeah.
So I was like, right, hold on. So then I started to look into, how did we even get this book called the Bible? Can I even trust it? Because man says it's corrupted. Man says King James wrote
King
it.
James and all of them.
Man
and then
said-
Constantine and all of these.
Right, you got all
like
these things. It was put together by this guy who, all these
Old
things,
Testament,
cuz,
New Testament,
right?
like, and all this.
Accusations. So I started to look into all of that. I really went into this Christ thing, the Yeshua thing, because they would have called him Yeshua. Yeah.
The J's and all that. And there's no J's until a certain.
Yes, you know what I mean? And it's okay to call him Jesus. I ain't got
Yeah.
nothing against Jesus, because it's just the Anglo, it's being anglicized from the Hebrew to the Latin to the
Yeah,
Greek
yeah.
to the English,
So they've-
right? So there's nothing wrong with saying Jesus, but it's a stumbling block for some people, yeah? But I started to look into this thing deeply, and I went into it trying to disprove it.
Okay, yeah.
So I went into it looking for the holes to say, this thing ain't true. This thing is...
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And I couldn't find it, fam.
Yeah.
I was finding more evidence to back it up. So I started scratching my head, fam. You get me? And this is a journey that if we all want to find out, the evidence is there.
Yeah.
It's just you gotta wanna know.
You gotta go
And you gotta
search,
go in there
do your own.
with unbiases, just wanting to know the truth. You know what I mean? And then when you find the truth, you ain't not necessarily gonna become a follower. Because I believe there's some kind of spiritual thing that has to happen for you to really get pushed over the edge to say, right, you know what, I'm dropping everything now and I'm following Christ. Yeah? But that's what happened to me, fam. I discovered that like there's atheist historians don't believe in any gods, but they will tell you that that man Jesus was a real man and he was crucified by this man called Pontius Pilate at the time when they said he was crucified and all of that, and that all happened. You got historians from back in the days, from the 1st century, like a man called Josephus, who again, Jewish. Jews hate Jesus, even though he was a Jew, but saying that, nah, that guy Jesus was real, and he had all these people following him, and he was said to, you know, anyway, I said, Raj, you know what? I was faced with all of these facts. Now it's up to me whether I'm going to ignore it or whether I'm going to embrace it. And I got to the stage where I was convinced. All that, when I'm searching and doing this journey, I'm shotting food still, fam.
You're still like,
fam. My line is, that's how I live. I've never had a job up until I became a Christian. And now I work for a church organization. So my job that I do is telling people about Christ. And that's the only job I've had. Before that, I was a career drug dealer. I sold white and brown. You get me? So I'm on this journey and I'm selling white and brown because that's what I know. You know what I'm saying? But
you see the person that doesn't know, see the ignorant person sometimes get blind. You see the guy that knows,
this is
continues,
it, fam.
he's finished.
This is it, fam.
If you're talking about like connections with
this is it, fam. When you know better, you do better.
If you know and you're still continuing, you know that like your conscience is gonna start playing on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So I found out that this thing was true. I was convinced, but see, drug dealing is dangerous, because the nitties are addicted to the food, but the dealer's addicted to the money. So it's just this poisonous cycle that you're stuck in, fam, right? And it was only the Most High himself that broke that chain
for you,
for me to come out. And it weren't, I didn't go to a church and a man lay his hands on me and I fell on the floor or something. Nothing spooky like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, as I was continuing to learn all of that, I was still shotting food. I started going to one church that a Christian rapper invited me to. Because I started to discover all this stuff. Then I found out Christian rap that actually sounded good, fam. It weren't corny, it weren't cheesy. You get me? I was like, right, okay, this thing exists. And I found a whole different world. I didn't want to rap at that time. I was just sucking in the knowledge. I've always enjoyed learning things. But now I was learning stuff on a different level, fam. I felt like the secrets was being unlocked. You get me? Cause my head was bust through, boy. You get me? And I was just sucking it all up like a Hoover. I didn't care about music. I just wanted to learn. I was up all night reading, watching YouTube videos, all this different stuff, fam. And it's like, I was going to this church and I was going to the church, fam, but I would give my brethren my phone to hold on the Sunday.
It's madness. It's still like,
you get me, fam?
1 foot here, one.
Come back from the church, take back my phone, I'm back on my phone for the rest of the week, But throughout that process, it's like every day for about, I don't know, maybe a month, every day something went wrong, fam. Nitties was getting robbed. Nitties was getting nicked. The workers was running up with the grub. The workers was getting nicked. Every day something was going wrong, fam. And there's a scripture that says you can't serve God and mammon, or you can't serve God and money. I just got to a point, I was sending up like a half ounce of each every day to the OT trap. And every day I was losing like over a bag. I was like, right, what is this? I was like, all right, God, I get it. I get it.
Safe.
I can't do both. And then that's what stopped me shotting food and continue to pursue my faith. You know what I mean? still wrestling with other stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as selling food up on the line and all that.
Yeah, selling death.
Yeah,
Effectively.
that stopped. You get me? And then other things, it took a longer process to stop certain other things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so now it's just become a lifestyle for me.
Yeah.
Now that's my life. You know what I mean? Yeah, I preach in churches. I preach at my own church from time to time. I'm a leader at my church. I go to other places. I preach on the street sometime. That's my whole thing. Like, because I fully believe that it's true, innit?
Yeah, of course, else you wouldn't be doing it.
Do you know what I mean?
Else you wouldn't be doing it. Yeah.
If I believe that I know this message, yeah, that can save you or you from your sin, because the Bible says the wages of sin is death. Yeah, hell is a real place. You know, but for God loved the world that He gave His only Son. You know what I mean? And Christ came and died in our place for our sin, you know, as a substitute.
Yeah.
So that we don't have to experience the wrath of God and go to hell, because Christ experienced it for us.
Yeah. So
if we trust Him.
So don't do madness
You
and
get
end
me?
up going there. And do you understand what I'm saying?
Why are you gonna go there when you don't have to?
He's already.
It's been dealt with.
Yeah.
You get me? He's paid it in full. Now it's up to you now if you wanna trust in that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't make you.
And it's faith and
yeah,
belief, innit? Do you have
it's faith and belief. And you have to have faith for everything. People say, oh, you just got blind faith, you don't know. Fam, you have to have faith to sit down on that chair. You got faith that chair
is not going to break.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
So everything is a level of faith, you know. And I fully believe that you're good. I fully believe that the message is true, which is why I've dedicated my life to it, you know. And I'm not trying to, because in this thing, the difference with following Christ and all these other religions, what's unique about Christianity is, you see, everyone else is trying to earn their way to heaven. In Christianity, you can't do that. We're saved by grace through faith. So we're saved by Christ. Not so you see, in Islam, your good deeds have to outweigh your bad deeds. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In anything, and even the normal person would think, right, you know what? I do good things, I'll go to heaven. It kind of makes sense, yeah? But in Christianity, no one is good. We're all sinners. Yeah, I'm following Christ, but I'm a sinner, fam.
Yeah.
My heart is deceitful. I'm wretched inside.
Yeah.
The only good thing that you see in me is you see the Christ in me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trusting. I'm trusting in the goodness of Christ, not the goodness of my own works. That's why the scripture said we're saved by grace through faith, not of works. Because if I was saved by the good things I do, I could walk around boasting about it. I'm going to heaven because I'm such a good guy. I give all this money to charity. I help little old ladies across the road. Do you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with doing that.
That guy's not going to do too well in heaven. Like, we see the people they want in, well, I don't know. I'm just saying it, like, I'm just trying to...
You're rationalising it in your own mind. Yeah.
Like, cool, yeah, you've done bare stuff. But if you're going to come up here and start, you're going to get on the other people that's, you know, like my nan, that's in just cozy in heaven, because I know she's been believing in God from the beginning. She's been going to church, she's been doing all of the good stuff. So she's not looking to hear you come up and start talking about...
Come on.
What you did to get here.
Come on. And Nanny knows. You see,
like,
Nanny,
not like that, but you rationalise it.
Yeah. And Nanny knows she's saved by the grace of God.
Yeah.
You get me? But even now, bro, a lot of us, like, look, we give money to a homeless person. If we do that, what are we doing? Taking a picture for Instagram to show that we're giving the homeless people money.
Yeah, you kind of killed it.
We want to be seen in that light. Do you know what I mean, fam? And whether we're subconsciously doing it or not, we all...
You want to get your accolade, but if you're doing it...
Trust me, do your good works in secret, you know what I mean? And we do good works from faith, not for faith. You know what I mean? That's the reason why we do it as followers of Christ.
Good deeds, it's like sometimes you're even oblivious to it. Like, no, you know, like things that you get rewarded for, you know, like the heaven and stuff. You do something good. I believe for example, I know people that will come church, right? And they like when they leave church, they ain't even got nothing to eat. They like, do you know what I mean? They're thinking of in church. They're thinking of, all right, cool, I'm here, but what am I gonna do after church? You know what I'm saying? But because they got the faith, they'll keep coming church. But they'll still, when they leave church, they're still going through that struggle. But they keep coming. Do you know what I mean? They'll still do the good deeds. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not about what you do. It's about like the faith you have in God that saves. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I believe in. That.
You're right, bro.
Yeah.
You're right. It is about the faith that you have, and not about what you do. You know what I mean? And that is the difference. That's the USP, if you like, of following Christ.
That's what,
you know what I mean? And it just makes sense to me, you know. And yeah, bro. So that's the journey, you know. But we're all on a journey, you know. And it's about reaching a certain point in your destination where you know, okay, well, I've made it here, and now I just got to make it to the end. You know what I mean? But I know that I'm safe now. You know what I mean? Because I'm in Christ. Where I am, I'm safe. No matter, doesn't mean that my life is all happy and la-di-da.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like, I'm not gonna have problems. I have problems all the time, bro. If anything, it gets worse. Because now the enemy wants to attack you. Because you're on the winning side. Now it wants to draw you back
now it's
to the
more
Y and B and the money and the gal them and the, you know what I mean? Getting drunk every night and he wants to draw you back to that. You know what I mean? So if anything, it gets harder. But
more tests.
The Most High ain't gonna leave you nor forsake you. That's what he said, you know? So that's led to where I am now, the journey that I'm at. And by God's grace, I'm just gonna pursue that, bro. You know what I mean?
Nah, well, are you still releasing music?
Yeah.
And it's with this message now.
Yeah. So, you know, check out my Spotify or whatever.
Yeah, let the people know where they can get some
on
of
all them platforms. Just
on the
Cerose, same name.
I see you got something with like a TV kind of.
Yeah, so I've got a TV show starting in the summer on Sky 582, channel 582.
Like a Ben TV kind of sense, like.
It's bigger than Ben TV still. But
when I think of, you know, like.
Yeah. So like an independent TV station. Yeah, but it's on Sky and Freeview and Roku and Fire Stick and it's on most TV providers still. So that starts in the summer. And it'll be me interviewing people who have interesting stories similar to myself, and all different type of people, not just Mandem. You know, it ends with a musical guest and different things in between, like, you know, fashion and comedy and like the Christian world ain't boring.
No, it's not, man.
You get me?
Like, man.
So I want the people to see that. And this is the aim of this program. It's called Psalms House. You know what I mean? Because when I want an arms house, a Psalms House.
Yeah.
You see me? So, and that's the aim of this thing. And to also highlight the music, because there's good music being made, fam. And it ain't cheesy, it's hard.
Yeah, no, I've heard certain tunes, like, on the thing, like, people killing up lyrics and stuff, going heavy.
It just ain't got cursing in it. You know what I mean? It ain't got profanity, but the message is raw. You know what I mean? Because the Bible's offensive to many. Do you know what I mean? But people just don't know that. You know what I mean? So so yeah, man, that's part of the program. It's just another arm of the outreach of the ministry. You know what I mean? The TV show, the music, me speaking to people. Whatever. My whole life now is to shine a light on the gospel. You know what I mean? And to make people think, even if you don't come away from me thinking, I want to believe in Jesus now. I want to.
It's still an option. It's still
and I want to I want to
line.
leave when you can think and say, I want to maybe look into what Mama was saying about that, or
that's how it
you know what I mean? Put a stone in your shoe that keeps bothering you.
No one likes to be forced to do something. Just leave me with the thought, I'll go away with it.
Exactly. Let me do that in my time.
By about a month's time, it doesn't matter. Whenever it is, it will be, and then I'll just do it, because it's been a thought. But it's just takes the time for me to process when I'm.
Yeah, man. And the most that has to turn on the
he has to say
the light bulb.
Come to me, son.
Yeah, it has to be that light bulb moment.
Then you just get it.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, because you can hear it and listen to it, and it's not necessarily going to click.
Yeah, it's
until
when this time, anything I've done, it's always been because I've just said, I've been told things, but I just like, safe.
Yeah.
Great.
Sometimes you got to learn the hard way.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, okay, I've been burnt, oh shit.
Exactly.
Like, don't touch the iron.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh, that's what he was talking about.
Do you understand? Like, yeah, so sometimes it's got to be like that.
Trust me, fam.
But yeah, cuz I feel like we had such a great, is there anything else you want to add, in fact? Because sometimes we leave here and then people are like, oh, I should have said this. So I feel like we've had a good run through the mill, and there's always more stuff. But if there's anything you want to add to now.
Yeah, man. Boy, all I would add is that Christ is real, you know what I mean? And seek him while he may be found, man, because you don't know. Like, I know people who have died in their sleep.
Yeah, so they didn't even
get an
opportunity to...
So it's the Bible says today is the day of salvation. And so don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. You know what I mean? If what you've heard me say about specifically the gospel, you're feeling it, it's resonating with you, look into it while you can. And that's all I would add. You know what I mean? It's the most important thing in your life.
Brother. Respect for like passing through and putting a stamp on this, because you're legendary. Can we clap it up for Cerose?
Respect.
Until next week, it's your boy HUN Tizzy. Blow.
We all got dreams that we gotta pursue. I mean, we all got dreams that we gotta believe in. I mean, we all got targets that we gotta achieve. So how can I rest when I got family to feed? I mean, with my intuition, I'll make wise decision. I'll navigate the chaos and avoid collision. Stick to the program and follow my vision. I'm just trying to keep it real. I got a legacy to build. It's real.